Now, today's guest has a real-life Billy Elliot story. Born in a village in South Africa,
Oh,
look at him.
so
Johannes
beautiful.
Radebe has always had a passion for dance. After upping sticks and moving to London, the call came to star on TV's biggest show, Strictly Come Dancing, of course. Baby, he was born this way. It's Johannes Radebe. Nice to see you, Johannes.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you know, you were standing over in that corner and we were just all drooling at you.
We're not supposed to have favourites, but you are.
Thank you, darlings.
Oh,
Thank you. I have to say thank you because Loose Woman has always just supported Jojo throughout since I've been here. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Well, as you say that, we have Jojo finally coming home, which is your book that's now... Kelly's got a lovely signed copy. There's nothing in mine, Jojo, I'm just saying.
I'll sort that out. I'll sort it out.
But, I mean, obviously, over the sort of 3 years you've been on Strictly, we found out more about you and, you know, you have absolutely wormed your way into everyone's hearts. But this is a big one for you, to tell the whole story in the one place, yeah?
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, the reason why I've called it Jojo Finally Home, and I was saying to you earlier, is because for the first time in my life I feel seen. What I do is celebrated. I'm amongst people that love what I do. And I can't tell you all how liberating that is.
So it wasn't always that way?
No. Definitely not. You know.
We were talking because I have such an affinity with South Africa. I've been going for years, and you grew up in Zambela township.
Yeah.
And that's so far away from what any of us will ever understand. Do you want to just explain sort of your upbringing and that? Because you put that into the book really eloquently.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, it is. It's far off from what I'm experiencing now and the kind of life that I'm living. I'm in a position now to look after my family, and Mum is comfortable, and that is the biggest thing for me. Now, when I grew up in South Africa, I mean, dance, I was bullied for the fact that, first and foremost, I was a bit happy and flamboyant. And I mean, that always puzzled me because I was just like, why is that so, you know? But dance was my refuge. You know, I felt comfortable at school, at home, and at dance. And those are the three places, you know, that I really, as a young boy, existed in that space only, you know. And school then became a problem. Hated school. And not because I didn't want to learn or anything of that sort. It's just that it was not a fun place to be. Grateful for my teachers for having to call out the unfairness that used to happen, you know, so I'm grateful for that. But I have to say, when I was introduced to the world of dance, I was like, this is where I belong. Do you know what I mean?
Did you have to fight to be able to dance? I imagine that was frowned upon.
It was frowned upon. I mean, it's the first, like I said to you, it's the first time that what I do is celebrated, even by my family, by some of my family members, you know, because my uncles used to say to me, I mean, when are you going to get out of this phase? When is it going to finish, you know?
And it's your absolute passion. It's so hard.
It is.
And it's hard to hear that. It's unbelievable to think when I see you dance on Strictly, you're the best dancer. I'm probably not to say that, am I? You're the best dancer. But you are. I mean, I was on Strictly the year it was your first year, and you're an incredible dancer. But to hear how held back you were and you got to that level is you know, you were so talented. It's incredible.
Did that prejudice almost push you on more to succeed?
It did, and it's unfortunate that was the driving force behind it. But I also know that I was supported and loved, and I speak about it in my book. It was the woman in my life and my aunt that said, you know, whatever I needed, I knew that I could go back to them and I say, you know, this is happening, and they'll be like, okay, fine, what do you need? Here's a £5. What do you have? You know, so they all and that reassurance kept me going.
But it happens in all cultures, you know? I mean, if you think of Craig had a similar experience growing up in Australia, Anton has now spoken about his experience growing up here. So it's not just in your culture.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What,
But
yeah, Anton spoke recently about his relationship with his father, and of course yours was difficult as well.
Yeah.
Was that difficult to write about?
It was. It really, really was. And it's only recently that I've made peace with what has happened in the past, because I had an opportunity to hear my mum's side of the story. As I was writing the book, I sat down and I interviewed her, and I asked her questions to say, why did you make that decision? You know, why did you stay that long in that marriage that didn't serve you?
Was it hard to talk to your mum about it like that?
It was. It was, and it was because, you know, and I dedicated the book to my mother. Because I want to applaud her love, the joy and the sacrifice.
It's a lot, isn't it? To sit down and to go through those memories again and talk. It's a lot.
Somebody said it was going to be tough, and I was like, man, how hard can it be?
Talking about your mother coming over, though, 2 years ago, you brought her to London, Buckingham Palace. Oh, wow. That's a bit of a different world, isn't it?
It definitely is. I mean, she's obsessed with the royal family. So it was a beautiful thing after all these years, and after she built the courage, because it's the flying that she hates. So she did it, and she did it because also she was going to come with my aunt, who passed away 2 years ago, COVID. So my sister accompanied her, and it was a ball because, like I said, you know, I was holding her hand in Buckingham Palace.
Did they go and watch Strictly?
No, they didn't,
oh,
unfortunately. No. And that's still the aim. But yeah, it's been incredible that she's like, sorry, I'm so sorry. It's emotional because great things happen in my life, but my family is never around to enjoy it with me.
She must be so proud of you.
She has to.
She is. She is. But today, more than any day, I just wish that she was here.
Yeah.
You know? Because I know, I can just imagine where she is right now as well. Because she's alone. And that's a reality, you know? But I'm happy and I'm proud of her. Because I've learned incredible things.
She must have been the most extraordinary mother, because we're all sitting and going, oh, she was my boy. What a great mum.
Thank you.
And all the aunties in that, that village of aunties and cousins that brings up somebody.
Can we just take a moment to say your dress sense? You looked fabulous at the end. You absolutely came to slay.
Oh, listen, any moment to just live, I say.
Well, you have dressed all of us today.
You said that.
But you know what? There was a lot of talk, obviously, when you came out and we had the same-sex couple, and these were very significant moments, I know, to a lot of people. But what I love even more is that you are continuing to come out, not in a sexuality sense, because that's gone, but in a personality sense, and, the person that you are and everything, and that's what I'm loving seeing so much.
But you can't help, it's the fact that I'm in this country, and I always say this, I live in the most progressive country right now. I do. I know we've got a long way to go, but it's easier this side of town. You know, on my continent, there's people that are still being killed and that's a reality. That's my lived experience, you know. My friends, we still talk about things that affect us still today as gay black men coming from a township. And I know it's hard because I was able to get out of there, but they're still there. So I tell you, when you say I'm coming up every day, it's just like, can I? I can. Let's go.